Did you know that in an episode of the first series of the original Thunderbirds, there was a crossover with Doctor Who that involved the Daleks? In the 1966 episode The Man from MI5, a character called Captain Blacker is seen to be in possession of several classified documents that show reports on various Dalek incursions in nearby solar systems, taken straight from the TV21 Dalek comics, implying that MI5 was somehow informed on Dalek activity outside of the solar system before the Dalek invasion of Earth even began. While the Thunderbirds series has been notoriously inconsistent regarding its in-universe dating, fans have narrowed down this crossover to 3 potential time zones: the 1960s, the 2000s, or the 2020s. None of these time zones provide much help, however, as the in-universe date for the Dalek invasion of Earth as far as the Doctor Who timeline is concerned takes place in the 2160s. However, other Thunderbirds content has been stated to have taken place 100 years in the future from the date of publication, meaning it takes place in the 2060s. While the Thunderbirds universe does seem to acknowledge the existence of Daleks due to their cameo in The Man from MI5, the reverse is not necessarily true, as the Thunderbirds have not been mentioned so far in Doctor Who, and if International Rescue did still exist in the 2160s of the Doctor Who universe, chances are they would have been among the first lines of human defence to be exterminated during the Dalek invasion of Earth. However, the inconsistent dating of Thunderbirds media, with some later Thunderbirds media establishing the existence of International Rescue being placed between the early 1990s and the late 2000s, makes any potential crossover consequences difficult to predict. There are some aspects of this crossover that are interesting for Dalek fans, however. The brief appearance of the Gold Dalek Emperor in a comic shown in The Man from MI5 marks the first appearance of a Dalek Emperor in any televised media, as well as the first official appearance of the image of a Dalek in a fictional universe outside of Doctor Who. While the appearance of Daleks in this specific episode of the Thunderbirds is likely little more than a fun Easter egg, it does provide some thought-provoking questions for fans of both series. Gerry Anderson, co-creator of the Thunderbirds as well as several other popular series including Stingray and Captain Scarlet, actively encouraged crossovers with the Doctor Who universe, and was directly responsible for the brief appearance of Dalek comics in the Thunderbirds universe. This creates some intense and potentially apocalyptic questions for fans of the Thunderbirds series, as the deliberate inclusion of pre-Dalek Invasion of Earth comics as legitimate case files in the series seem to imply that the Thunderbirds universe is eventually doomed to become the post-apocalyptic version of Earth seen in the Dalek Invasion of Earth, with all traces of human resistance, including presumably International Rescue itself, having been wiped out by the Daleks. However, there is every possibility that the resourceful members of International Rescue found some way to survive the Dalek invasion, perhaps utilising their satellite space station Thunderbird 5, or by keeping a low profile on Tracy Island. It is worth noting that the Thunderbirds universe doesn't seem to put much stock in this cameo appearance. In fact, the Thunderbirds wiki doesn't even mention the Daleks or their apparent impending invasion seen in The Man from MI5, meaning it's most likely just a fun Easter egg that isn't meant to be taken seriously. However, if we are to take the reports seen in Captain Blacker's files as genuine, the future seems bleak for the members of International Rescue and their allies, as despite their continued effectiveness at dealing with accidents and localised terrorist activity, it is highly unlikely that the vehicles and equipment used by International Rescue will be of any use against the Daleks. What do you think of the Dalek cameo in The Man from MI5? Do you think that International Rescue are doomed to face their eventual destruction at the hands of the Daleks? Or do you think this is simply intended to be a fun Easter egg? Let me know in the comments below.
Don't forget to click below to subscribe to
Dalek Bumps.